My wife was living alone for work. For her birthday surprise, my daughter and I unlocked her apartment door. The moment I opened it, my daughter screamed, "Dad, don't go in." I'm Mark, 38, architect specializing in residential design. My wife, Laura, 35, took a project manager position 3 hours north 6 months ago. The pay was excellent, nearly double her previous salary. It was supposed to be temporary, maybe a year maximum. We'd make it work. The first few months were fine. Laura came home every other weekend. We video called nightly. Sophie, our 9-year-old, would show her mom drawings from school. Laura would tell us about her projects, the new team she was managing, the challenges of the role. Then things shifted around month 4. Visits became monthly. Calls got shorter. Laura started missing Sophie's soccer games, forgetting to call back, always citing work emergencies and impossible deadlines. When Sophie's birthday came and went with just a text from Laura, I saw my daughter's face crumble. That's when I decided we'd surprise Laura for her birthday instead. Show up unannounced, remind her what mattered. Sophie was excited when I told her, "We're going to see Mom? Really? Really? We'll bring cake and flowers and make it special." We left Saturday morning. I checked Laura's calendar she shared with me. She had the weekend off. The drive took 3 hours through mountain roads. Sophie practiced her birthday song the entire way. Laura's apartment building shocked me. Floor-to-ceiling windows, marble lobby, doorman in a suit. This wasn't temporary corporate housing. This was luxury living that cost serious money. The doorman barely looked up when I said we were visiting Laura Hayes in 12B. "Go ahead," he said, returning to his phone. The elevator was mirrored on all sides. Sophie made faces at her reflection, still excited. I felt uneasy, but pushed it down. We found 12B at the end of a quiet hallway. Thick carpet, expensive light fixtures. I pulled out my phone and entered the key code. Laura had texted me 4 months ago for emergencies. The lock clicked green. I pushed the door open. Sophie stepped in first, 2 steps into the entryway, then went completely rigid. "Dad, don't go in." Her voice was high and panicked in a way I'd never heard. "Sophie, what?" "Dad, please." She grabbed my wrist hard, trying to pull me backward. "We need to leave right now." I looked past her into the apartment. Expensive furniture, abstract art on walls, floor-to-ceiling windows with a river view. Everything looked normal. "Sophie, what's wrong?" She wouldn't speak. She just pointed up with a shaking hand. That's when I saw it. A large rectangular mirror, maybe 4 feet by 6 feet, professionally mounted on the entryway ceiling. But it wasn't positioned normally. It was angled deliberately downward, reflecting the view into the bedroom beyond the living room. And in that reflection, I could see everything. Laura in bed, not alone. A man beside her, his arm across her torso. Both clearly asleep, sheets tangled, morning light streaming through bedroom windows. Time seemed to stop. My brain tried to process what I was seeing while simultaneously rejecting it. That's not Laura. That's not our bedroom. That's not real. But it was. Sophie was crying now, pulling at my arm with desperate strength. "Dad, please, let's go." I stepped back into the hallway, closed the door as quietly as I'd opened it. My hands were steady but felt disconnected from my body. We walked to the elevator in silence. Sophie held my hand in a death grip. In the car, neither of us spoke for several minutes. I sat with the key in the ignition, staring at the steering wheel. The birthday cake sat in the back seat, suddenly obscene. "Dad?" Sophie's voice was small. "Are you going to yell at her?" "No," I said, my voice surprisingly calm. "I'm going to call a lawyer." "What about the cake?" I looked at my daughter's tear-streaked face. 9 years old and having to process this. "We'll get ice cream instead, just us." "Okay." She wiped her eyes. "Dad, I'm sorry you saw that. I'm sorry you saw it first. I started the engine. But Sophie, you did exactly right. You protected both of us." We drove home in near silence. An hour into the drive, my phone buzzed. Text from Laura. "Working late tonight, love you both." I stared at it. She wasn't working late. She was in bed with whoever that man was, probably still asleep, completely unaware we'd been there. I didn't respond. Instead, I called my college roommate, a divorce attorney. "I need your help," I said when he answered, "and I need it Monday morning." Monday, I took the day off work, met with the attorney, showed him photos I'd taken of the building, the apartment number, the text from Laura claiming she was working, the mirror on the ceiling. I told him, "That's not accidental interior design. That's intentional. Someone installed that for a specific purpose." By Wednesday, I had a private investigator documenting Laura's actual routine. By Friday, I had everything I needed. Laura came home that weekend as planned, acting completely normal, hugging Sophie, kissing me, talking about how exhausting work had been. I played along, smiled, made dinner, pretended everything was fine. Sunday night, after Laura drove back, Sophie asked, "When are you going to tell her, you know?" "I'm not," I said. "I'm going to let the divorce papers do that." 2 weeks later, Laura was served at work. She called me 17 times that day. I didn't answer once. Sometimes the worst discoveries save you from wasting more years on a lie.